Arise.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dax, and today we are going to be discussing what shadows you should get in solo leveling Arise and what shadows you shouldn't at the moment, as well as a new shadow coming that we all know is coming but isn't officially out yet, but you can see a silhouette in there. We're going to talk about his stats, his abilities, and what he's going to be doing, and if you should wait to summon for him or if you shouldn't. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so these are the 4 current shadows that are in the game. You have Blades, who is an original shadow, who in the actual manhwa, he was not able to extract. He even isn't able to extract it in the story of this, which makes the character a bit odd. And there's really no backstory to it on how he ends up getting him in this, so it's a little off on that, but either which way, we have Blades, you have Tank, who is the leader of the bears inside that same red gate where you couldn't get Blades. You have Egress, everyone knows Egress. If you play in this game, you've watched the anime at this point, you know who Egress is. And then you have Iron, who he also gets in the red gate. He actually gets 3 different of these in the same red gate, based on this game anyways. But let's talk about it. First off, we'll start with Egress, the guy you get at the very beginning. All team members' critical hit rate increases by 4%. Okay. Then we go to max and it's 7%. Okay, but most of the time you're gonna, at the beginning for sure, you're gonna be at minimum no matter how you cut it. The minimum on this is 4% on critical hit rate. Is so strong. Okay, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but first off, he's also just really good in general. His basic attack scales off of your attack. He scales the overall just on how good you are. So I advise most certainly keeping Egress on the team for now. Okay, for the coming future at the moment, and I will discuss that in a little bit, but for now, definitely keep Egress on the team, mostly because Jinwoo at the moment, and a lot of the hunters you're gonna get here coming up soon, if you watch my previous video where we discussed the 2 new hunters coming up, critical hit rate is too strong at the moment to not keep it on a team. So Egress is a solid get, 100%. You get him for free anyway, so just keep him for now. There's no reason to get rid of them. Okay, the other 2 we're going to talk about, and you're in the order we kind of unlocked them. I don't remember what order we actually unlocked them, but we'll start with Tank. Okay, we'll start with poor bear Tank. Okay, and here's Tank. Okay, so all team members defense increased by 6%. Sounds good. It does. It sounds great. And then at max it's 10.5%. He also looks really cool at max, I'm not gonna lie. However, defense isn't that great right now, for lack of better words. Like, defense could be strong in the future, but right now there's no real good weapons that scale with defense. There's no good like SSR hunters that scale with defense. Jinwoo's weapons don't scale with defense. Overall, it's just not there. He's not that great to have. If you feel like you need him, you can get him if you just think he's cool, because there's 2 here where I think they're interchangeable at the moment, but for me it's Tank. Tank just ain't it. Tank is not the one you want to get whatsoever, and we all know how hard these essences are to come by, so do not summon or do not get Tank unless you just really like Tank. Okay, the other one is Iron. Iron and Tank are the 2 I think are interchangeable 100% if you feel like going that way. However, I think Iron edges him out because of his stats. So all team members max HP increased by 6%. Obviously he I think they all scale off of Jinwoo's attack, which is great, but his max doesn't look the best. But let's be honest, I probably won't ever get him there for a long time anyways. But so it goes up to 10.5% at max, and HP is really key right now. A lot of hunters scale their attacks based off the overall HP of themselves, or even the overall HP of Jinwoo. So if you can get his HP higher, then they scale even better on their attacks, which then scales you higher based on what they're giving you. So it's kind of a symbiotic relationship here that you want to keep flowing and keep going. I think Iron is the way to go when it comes to HP 98.9% of the time. The other 1.1% of the time you can get Tank if you want to. Okay, like I guess if you really want tank, you can have tank. If you want a bear on your team, which I don't blame you, the dude looks awesome. He has, I think he has more skills than everybody. Am I crazy? Yeah, he has like 6 skills. He has 4. He has 4. Wait, did his skill? Oh, that's at max. Oh, they all get more skills at max. I did not know that until now. So now we know that. So I believe they all get more skills at max now that I'm looking at it. So if I had to guess, yeah, they all get more skills. So he doesn't actually have more skills. So my fault on that tangent. But either which way, all team members, the defense just isn't it. So again, if you want to interchange them, you can. I advise getting iron. The HP is just way better. Blades. So the first shadow you want to unlock after Egress is Blades. Okay, Blades increases all team members' attacks by 3%. Okay, 3%. Also, he looks really cool at max. I'm not gonna lie, like he looks probably one of the coolest at max. Between the shoulder blades, the little spike up of the hair and everything, he looks awesome. But having your attack increase by just the 3% is huge, because if you look at it on a basis, first off, your attack as Jinwoo is getting increased by 3%, which then on characters, especially the ones that are coming out soon, but also on characters we currently have, their attacks scale by 3% based on your attack. So they're getting the 3% increase from your attack into their attack, and the 3% after all that attached to it from Blades as well. So then they're increasing from that. And then they're using a weapon that increases their attack, which is then boosting up their abilities to boost you when they use their abilities. You see what I'm saying? So getting your attack boosted on these characters is too crucial. 100% get Blades every time as your first shadow you unlock. I understand they're hard to get, okay? Because if we go over to, we'll just go to my army, because you know the 3 I've unlocked. I have not unlocked Mr. Bear over here. I have not unlocked Tank, okay? And we're going to talk about him in a minute, and yeah. But as you can see, these things are not easy to come by. So currently my army level, I can get it up to 15. I'm at level 9 at the moment. Okay, so great on that. The more you get, you increase 5 levels every time you unlock a new character, okay? So I unlocked Egress. You could get up to level 5, got Blades, got 10. Just recently got Iron, and now I can get 15. Also, my shades, obviously that'll increase and everything. And those are made up from these, by the way. So, I mean, nothing else is used for that. And same with this stuff right here. It's not used for anything else except for these guys at the moment. So just use them. There's no point in saving. Sorry, not that. There's no point in saving these at the moment until we find out if there's going to be another reason for them. So go ahead and spend all you want on those. Now, the thing I want to point out is after you get these 3 guys unlocked, or this guy if you want, or even this guy, which we'll go to him in a second. We'll actually go to him before we go into this. So let's go ahead and go talk about him. Tusk is his name. We're gonna go right here to Tusk, okay? He is coming out, I'm assuming, at launch as well, which is why they've kept him kind of hidden. Even if you beat the whole game currently, you do not get him, okay? You do not unlock him right now. He will be released at a later date, which I'm assuming is going to be at launch. He increases all team members' core attack damage by 40%. Do not get me wrong. That is really strong, but you have to bring yourself back for a second and realize your core attack damage is the final hit you do in your combos. Now, if you get knocked up mid-combo, that effect doesn't take place. You get knocked, you get hit, or if you happen to miss it, this effect doesn't matter. So the core attack they look good, and then when they hit, they're great, but sometimes they don't hit. So you need to be wary on that. I think the core attack for him is great. I think he can be good if you can stabilize yourself well enough for him. So he looks really good. Obviously, he once again scales off all of Jinwoo's attacks. I don't advise getting this guy. Not right now. He looks like he will be fun. He looks like he could possibly have blast. Plus, you get all of his minions that also come with him as well, like at a different date. So, like your minions will start looking like these guys. So there's that. But I still don't think he's going to be that great of a asset to you at the moment as much as other characters will be. I believe he will come out at launch. he will be unlockable, but I again advise not to. That's just my opinion. Take it for what you will. Maybe you'll still get him, maybe you won't, but if you choose to, that's on you. But I just don't think he's going to be that worth it. I obviously might get him at some point, but not right now. Not when there's other characters I think are just better to level up and get stronger. Go back into here. So now we're going to be talking about these guys, Traces of Shadows, and how you get them, where you get them, and what you need to do. So first off, just exit out there, okay? First off, the basic way to get them is gates, okay? When we talk about gates, you want to be doing B ranks are fine, A ranks are excellent, S ranks are even better, okay? But you want to stick with, if you're doing B ranks, you want them to be dungeon breaks, special gates or red gates. A gates can be regular gates, dungeon breaks, whatever, and same with S ranks. They give you a good amount of the essence when you do those, okay? So I definitely advise doing those. Like, I mean, if I click here, like getting an traces. They're called Traces of Shadow, not Essence of Shadow. Sorry, I believe those are. Oh, what's it called? Nope, Shadow Energy. Okay, I don't know where I got Essence from. Probably another game, but Traces of Shadow are really strong. I definitely say. I mean, obviously you want to save them up, but you do not make the mistake of, once you get like Egress. Say you have Egress, okay, and you're like, oh yeah, Egress, I can rank common. Oh, I can level him up. Let me put him to a knight. He gets a new ability. No. Or let me put him up to an elite. Sorry, he doesn't get the new ability yet. Let me put him up to an elite. He gets a new ability, but it costs you 150. You want it's better to have 3 shadows before it is to start upgrading these guys. Okay, 100%, because these things are so hard to come by. Now, me personally, as soon as I get another 150, I'm leveling him up. I think he is really good and really solid and needs to be leveled up. He will probably be the first guy I level up to max level. Will I do it all at once? I don't know yet. I may do him some and then Egress some. I don't know if I'm going to do him, but depending on how generous they start getting with these Traces of Shadows too. At the moment, they're pretty stingy with them. Because outside of the gates, the only other way I have seen to do them is you go to the battlefield of challenges, okay? You go to the battlefield of time when you could, okay? These were solid ways to get them. Is there was actually like division ranks. So, see if I can pull this up. The rewards. So see, if you got into a certain ranking, which I was in the top 100 on this, you got certain rewards, which are phenomenal. Okay, absolutely phenomenal if you were able to pull this off. But these things, like, it's pretty hard to actually get all that stuff. So just be wary on that, okay? Same with this. Like, you continue to do it. You just got to be wary on what you're taking and where you're taking it, okay? I mean, here I got a good amount on this one. Yeah, I think, yeah, I was ranked 2 on this one. So I was able to get 35 and 380. Like, I was able to get pretty good amount on this one in my group. Biggest thing is you only have to be leading in your group. You don't have to be leading overall and the best ever, because if I'm being honest, I'm 90% sure this guy's cheating. Like, it took me 4 minutes and 1 second. I also did it when I had just that instead of 2 SSR weapons, so there is that. Also, still haven't gotten this weapon, which I'm still salty about, in case y'all are wondering. I know you don't care, but I am still salty about it. But definitely good ones to do and get free stuff. Like, I didn't participate in this one. I didn't get high enough in stuff, but like, if you just go to the rewards are still the same. Sorry, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Well, apparently I can't get my rewards. Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe they weren't. Maybe in group stages they weren't this. Okay, so maybe you didn't actually get that until this guy, Egress. If I had to guess, this type of stuff's gonna reset here shortly. Okay, it's not one to pull up. That's okay. Either way, this is another way for you to get the Traces of Shadow. That's my whole point here. This is another way to get it. Do these. They're super simple, and again, you don't have to be like the absolute best in your whole entire. Like, you just have to be inside your group. That's all you have to be. And I probably could have got a better time, but at the time I didn't get a better time. But now, yeah, I probably could get a way better time. And so I advise doing those 10 times over. The other way, if I'm not mistaken, outside of completing story missions, side missions, and all the like extra achievements inside of those, they also give you clearing and they give you traces. So, but if I'm not mistaken, like this elf guy here, he gave me some. So do the battlefield of time challenges. That's going to be one of your best ways to get this stuff in some of them. Now, I'm not saying all of them because like here, my reward is not that. It's power elixir as well as some enhancement chips. Like you don't have to do all of them, but I advise doing some of them. So no, it looks like the battlefield of trial is not. So pretty much it's the battlefield of time and gates. Gate gives you to them, and as well as story mode, like just normal story mode. Like go like, if I'm not mistaken, one of these for just clearing it. I don't remember which one. I think it might have been this one. Oh, or even this one. Okay, so like that's acquirable. Four of them for just clearing this next mission. Yeah, they're later on, but I mean that's when you get the actual things. And if I'm not mistaken, some of the side stories also give them to you. So that's your best way to be able to increase that. And then there's also one other way to obtain them, which is very convoluted and very silly in my opinion, but we'll go over it really quickly. Go to the shop. No, you're not spending actual money. You can't spend money to actually increase this. This is one of the few things that is not pay to play. As far as that goes, you can go to your, is it mana? No, it's down here. It's to your Battlefield of Time exchange. So don't forget to do that after you complete your Battlefield of Time and get your Traces of Shadow. Now here's the thing, you only get 10 per 200. So is it worth it? Maybe. It may be better off to do something like that. Totally your call on what you want to do with it. I definitely don't advise spending it on any of these just yet until you actually get all the traces or even the selection tickets you want, because the selection tickets are also pretty solid. Same with even a hunter exclusive design weapon, and maybe even the power crystals, because those will actually give you the weapons for certain characters. So some things to think about 100% of the time when it comes to that. It's really what you need and what you think is more important. For me, I'll probably do some traces, maybe some special draw tickets, get ready for Che coming out. So otherwise, that's pretty much it on this, on how to obtain it, what the best shadows are going to be overall that I advise getting, because I think the Army of Shadows is a cool feature. I think being able to get a number of different shades is great, but I think it is very, very hard to get these Traces of Shadows, that you have to be very, very, very select on who you actually get them from. Whoever you choose to use them on who you want. Whoever you think's better, just put them down in the comments. I'd love to see what different teams people are running in order to succeed further in this game at this point. But these are definitely the shadows I think are going to be best, and the shadows I think you should 100%. So as always, I thank you all so much for watching. Thank you again for all the support on the channel lately. It has been amazing. We're on that road to 2K. Hopefully we can get to 2K by the end of the year. But I do thank you all so much. Make sure you hook somebody you love. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.